Hello my dear learners, in this lecture we will try to study about the chapter Units and Measurements. First chapter Units and Measurements. Units and Measurements. This is the first chapter of class 11 or PU1. We will study about one of the basic concepts of physics and the measurements and the corresponding units in this chapter. Okay, to understand these concepts properly, I have three different examples for you. The first example is, suppose someone asks you, how much are you weighing? ನಿಮ್ಮ ತೂಕ ಎಷ್ಟು? ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು kg ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, you will answer, I am weighing around 45 kg or I am weighing around 54 kg or somewhere 60 kg. Like that you will answer. Suppose if I change the question, how far is your college from your home? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ಯು ಮೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಆರ್ 2 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಆರ್ 5 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ so on. Like that you will answer. And suppose if I change or if I ask you one more question that how long does it take to reach your college from your home? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, probably you may have answer it may take around 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Your answer might be changing from a person to person. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. So what does it mean here? All the three examples. See, 45 is a number here. You can clearly say 45 is a number, and even this 1 is also a number, and again 10 is also a number. All the three are what? They are numbers. Along with the number, we have a separate factor with it, kg, kilometer and minutes. Okay, so now it indicates and concludes that each and every physical quantity, now I will use the term called as physical quantity. Physical quantity. Now how can I represent physical quantity? Suppose someone asks you, what's your name? I will answer as, my name is Satish, and I have my colleague Mahesh. I have my one more colleague Anand. So Anand, Mahesh, Satish, these are all the what? Actually, they are the respective persons. Similarly, in physics, we represent specific factors which are represented as physical quantities like mass, time, length, distance, velocity, speed. These are all the what? We call it as physical quantities. Okay. Now, physical quantity, we represent the physical quantity by a number. 45 is a number, 1 is also a number, 10 is also a number. Each and every physical quantity should have a number which is measured. ಅದನ್ನು ಅಳತೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. So with a number we have a specific factor, we call it as units. Each and every physical quantity must have its own unit. Kg is a unit, kilometer is a unit, minute is also a unit. Like that, a physical quantity P must consist of a number along with the unit. We call n as a number and u as unit. We call it as unit. N is a number, u is a unit. So to represent a physical quantity, we need two factors, a number and a unit. Number is already measured. The measured quantity will be expressed in terms of its units. This is how we deal with the physical quantities. In mechanics, okay, hopefully you don't know what does it mean by mechanics. Mechanics is a branch of physics which deals with the study of motion of an object. Motion means, I will explain it properly, okay, because the upcoming chapters are related to the motion only. Assume that you are at a position A, initially at a position A. Now I am at a position A. Now suppose if I walk like this, I am changing my position with respect to time. It means that, say after some time the position will be a new one which is point B. It means that this object is changing its position with respect to time. ಟೈಮನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅದರ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ನಾವು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟೈಮ್. ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಅದರ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೋಷನ್. ಆಯಿತಾ, ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಮೋಷನ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಟು ಆ್ಯನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಹೇಳೋದು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್. ಆಯಿತಾ, ಇನ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಇನ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಮೋಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಕಡೆ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮೋಷನ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಆಯಿತಾ, ಮೋಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೋಷನ್. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 3 ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಮೇನ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ mass and length and one more is called time. ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ 10 kg, 20 kg, 30 kg like that. 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometers, the concept of length. Time ಬಂದರೆ 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes is a concept of what time we can say. So in mechanics, the study of motion, we always and oftenly use these 3 physical quantities which are independent to each other, or it doesn't require any other physical quantity to represent these 3 physical quantities. That's why we call these 3 physical quantities as fundamental physical quantities. Fundamental physical quantities. They are also called as base physical quantities. We can also use the term called as base physical quantities. Base or fundamental, I repeat, base or fundamental physical quantities which do not require any other physical quantities to represent them, and they are independent to each other. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದನ್ನು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ 3 ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸನ್ನು ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿಯ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ we don't require any other physical quantity to represent these 3 physical quantities. So physical quantity mass, physical quantity length, physical quantity time. Along with their units, mass will be represented in terms of kg, length will be represented in terms of meter, I can write it in detail, meter, and time will be represented in terms of seconds. So these are the physical quantities, these are the corresponding units. Okay, so measured value will be always a number and its corresponding unit makes a physical quantity complete. Without unit or without a number, a physical quantity is always incomplete. This is the very fundamental concepts of the chapter, units and measurements. By using the fundamental physical quantities, we derive some other physical quantities. Okay, by using fundamental physical quantities, we derive some other physical quantities. We call them as derived physical quantities. For example, the concept of length and time. Okay, suppose if I ask you, what is your speed, okay, to reach your college from your home. I repeat, okay, what's your speed to reach your college from home? If you want to reach your college in 10 minutes, assume that your college is around 10 kilometers. Okay, so your college is about 10 kilometers far and you have to reach 10 kilometers in 10 minutes. So in that case, what will be your speed? So in that question, you will definitely represent my speed is equal to 10 kilometer divided by 10 minutes. This should be your speed. You hope already know about it. So we can represent speed as 10 kilometers is the distance of your college from your home, and 10 minutes is nothing but your time taken to reach your college from your home. So therefore, we can represent speed as distance divided by time. Distance is a concept of length. Time, you already know about it. Distance and time, length and time, both are fundamental physical quantities. By using these two physical quantities, which are fundamental physical quantity, we derived a new physical quantity, we call it as speed. Therefore, we can represent speed as a derived physical quantities. Okay, here only I will write derived physical quantities, derived physical quantities, derived physical quantities. Derived physical quantities are the physical quantities which are derived from the fundamental physical quantities. As we are discussing about the mechanics, we often use three fundamental physical quantities which are mass, length and time. Speed is an example for a derived physical quantity which is derived from length and time. Length and time. This is how we can define derived physical quantities. Derived physical quantities are the physical quantities which are derived from the fundamental physical quantities. So, as I clearly told that physical quantity must consist of a number along with the unit. So, what is the unit for speed, which is the derived physical quantity? Very simple. I just told that speed is nothing but distance divided by time. Clear? Distance divided by time. Getting the unit for a derived physical quantity is very simple. Here you can clearly say distance or length will be measured in terms of meter, right? I just told you that distance or length will be measured in terms of meter, time will be measured in terms of second. Therefore, the unit for speed is meter per second. Hopefully, it is clear to everyone and it is very easy. The numerator is distance. Distance will be measured in terms of meter because it is a concept of length, and time will be measured in terms of second. Therefore, meter per second is the SI unit of speed. I will teach you about the units, different types of the units, SI system, MKS system, CGS system in the next classes. Okay. So, meter per second is the SI unit of speed. So, therefore, speed is a physical quantity and its unit is meter per second. Like that, we can derive the units also. These units are called as derived units, derived units, derived units. Okay. So, derived physical quantity, corresponding unit is called as derived units. Derived units are the units which are derived from the base or fundamental units. Okay. So, this is how we can classify the fundamental physical quantities, fundamental units or base physical quantities, base units, and one more thing, derived physical quantities, and the corresponding units are called as derived units. Okay. So, this is how the foundation of units and measurements usually start. In the next classes, we will study about the different concepts as well as some of the advanced concepts of units and measurements that will be studied in the next classes. Thank you very much for watching this video.